Hare Krishna everybody. Today I'm going to be leading the Kirtan. And it's a lot of while after I have done this, the class. And this is obviously my dialogue. Let's start. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jananandana Yashodanandana Braja Jananandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya
एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा गिरिधारी भगवान की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरी टू द सुमर डिवोटीज। हरे कृष्ण। All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. All glories to the feet of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Gurudev.
Hare Krishna to everybody watching. Thank you very much for tuning in today for this class of Kids Krishna Katha. Hare Bol! So, today we are continuing from last week, or last to last week, where we are looking at Mother Kunti's prayers. And last time, because of time, we didn't get to finish the quiz. So we'll quickly get a catch up and your brain will get a little refresh. So we will continue the questions. Now, I'm not exactly sure where we finished, but I think it is around question 5. So, remember we were reading about and discussing how Ashwatthama was being chased by Arjun and how he was dragged to Draupadi and all his hair was cut off. And then what happened? And then Uttara was running to Krishna for help because something was coming to her. What was it? The fiery Brahmastra arrow. So, here is the 5th question. Everybody born in this material world dies. A. Is this true? B. Is this false? C. Only sometimes. So, this is a very easy question. But as a side question too, to all of you, do you think that Brahma dies too? Or do you think that all the demigods die too? Do Indra, Brahma, Surya, Chandra, Vayu, do all these demigods die too? Or do they stay eternal, forever and ever? Just like Krishna. Okay, one answer. Oh, thank you very much, Sumay Prabhuji. Yes, even demigods die too. Thank you so much for your answer. Would you like to elaborate on that? So, how do demigods die? So, now I know that demigods die, but would you like to elaborate and explain more about that? So, how do the demigods die? How would you explain this to somebody who thinks that demigods are immortal, just like Krishna? And basically, demigods are just like Krishna. In fact, Krishna is one of the 36,000 demigods. Vishnupati Mataji, Brahma and the demigods die too. Yes. Would you also like to elaborate on that, please? It would be wonderful. Meanwhile, for everybody else, the 6th question is, who was very famous throughout the world after performing 3 horse sacrifices? A. Was it Ashwatthama? B. Was it Arjun? Or C. Was it King Yudhishthir? So, can you please elaborate on the 5th question and also answer the 6th one? So the 6th one is, I'll repeat it again. Who was very famous throughout the world after performing 3 horse sacrifices? A. Ashwatthama, B. Arjun, C. Yudhishthir. Anybody? Srimad Prabhuji, demigods and living entities are just like Krishna in terms of quality, but not in quantity. So we have the same quality, but Lord Krishna is eternal. He is unborn. But like living entities, demigods also live for a certain amount of years and die when time comes. Thank you so much for that explanation. That helps a lot for me to understand too. Thank you so much. Yes, that is very correct. Okay, I'll repeat the question. Who was very famous throughout the world after performing 3 horse sacrifices? A. Ashwatthama, B. Arjun, C. Yudhishthir. So after performing 3 horse sacrifices, who was very famous? Ashwatthama, Arjun, or King Yudhishthir? Vishnupati Mataji, at the time of annihilation, all the material creation is annihilated as well. Yes, so you are meaning to say that even where the demigods live, so even heaven and all the upper worlds are also part of the material creation, and so it gets destroyed, right? Am I right, Mataji? So I haven't got any answers for the 6th one. Who was very famous throughout the world after performing 3 horse sacrifices? A. Ashwatthama, B. Arjun, C. Ashwatthama. Vishnupati Mataji, demigods are part of material creation and they die as well. But also demigods is a position and they have a lifespan. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. That is a very good point. So even just like us, the demigods also have a lifespan. But they live for so many more years than us. But they also have to die someday. Yes. Okay, any answers to the 6th question? Sumit Prabhu, King Yudhishthir. Thank you for sharing that. Note that down. I'm still trying to think of some good prizes that will be really online friendly and yet really good too. So other people are encouraged to join in, inspired to join in. So thank you everybody who participated in the quiz. It really helps not only for you as it refreshes your brain and you remember things by this, but also for me because I'm also remembering them and storing the answers. So thank you so much everybody. Oh, what is the question? The question is, who was very famous throughout the world after performing 3 horse sacrifices? A. Ashwatthama, B. Arjun, C. King Yudhishthir. Sumit Prabhu, Krishna and Vyasadeva advised King Yudhishthir to perform the sacrifice. So one of the horse sacrifices, he is inspired. Prabhuji? Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, Vishnupati Mataji, Yudhishthir. So 2 people have done the same answer. We will see who gets the correct answer. Okay, now the 7th question is, Lord Krishna was ready to go to his own city, which is A. Vrindavan, B. Dwarka, C. Mathura. So after the battle of Kurukshetra was over, and after Ashwatthama was released again, after his hair was cut off and his jewel was cut off, then he was about to return to his own place. And was that Vrindavan, Dwarka, or Mathura? Anybody? So Lord Krishna was ready to go to his own city, A. Vrindavan, B. Dwarka, C. Mathura. Nobody? Is there any answers at the bottom? So I'll repeat that again and then I'll go to the next question. Lord Krishna was ready to go to his own city. A. Vrindavan, B. Dwarka, C. Mathura. Alright, once you've finished that question, you can just do the next one. So, the 8th one is, who worshipped Lord Krishna when he was leaving for Dwarka? A. Srila Vyasadev, B. Sri Sukadev Goswami, C. Suta Goswami. Ooh, this is a tricky one. Ooh, Vishnupati Mataji, Dwarka. Thank you so much for being the first one. Well done. So the 8th one is, who worshipped Lord Krishna when he was leaving for Dwarka? A. Srila Vyasadev, B. Sri Sukadev Goswami, C. Suta Goswami. So I'll just check the answers for that one. So again, if anybody wants the question, who worshipped Lord Krishna when he was leaving for Dwarka? A. Srila Vyasadev, B. Sri Sukadev Goswami, C. Suta Goswami. Oh, Dwarka again. So Prabhuji, I'll just write your name down. Alright, I'm just checking the answers. This was number 8. Alright, now I have the answer. Sumit Prabhu, Dwarka. Thank you. So put your name down. And the points down. Right, the next question and the last question. Who was running towards Lord Krishna when he was preparing to leave? A. Queen Kunti, B. Draupadi, C. Uttara. So, when Krishna was preparing to leave, who stopped him? A. Queen Kunti, B. Draupadi, C. Uttara. Oops, sorry, I'm just adjusting this. So, who was running towards Lord Krishna when he was preparing to leave? A. Queen Kunti, B. Draupadi, C. Uttara. Alright. Vishwapati Mataji, I'll record your answer. Okay. Thank you for your answer, Prabhuji. I'll just check this answer too. These answers are getting harder and harder. Okay, number 9. Okay. Sumit Prabhu, waiting for your answer. So who was running towards Lord Krishna when he was preparing to leave? A. Queen Kunti, B. Draupadi, C. Uttara. 1 second. Just... Anybody else? Oh, so Prabhuji, you changed to Queen Kunti? Okay, I'll just... got that. Alright, I think we will move on. Thank you very much for participating in the quiz. I hope you found it helpful. And we will again do another quiz if there is time after we conclude. So Prabhu, so you haven't come up with an answer yet? Okay, so you say Kunti. Well. Let me tell you everything, Prabhujis and Matajis, that all of your answers are almost correct. So the last answer is wrong. So the question was, who was running towards Lord Krishna when he was preparing to leave? So the answer is actually Uttara. So remember, the Brahmastra was coming towards her and she needed help. Her whole body could feel that burning sensation, and she was running towards Krishna, who was in his chariot, all ready and set to leave to his palace of Dwarka, which you all got right. So it was actually Uttara. Yes, it was a hard one. Did anybody answer the 8th one though? The 8th one was, who worshipped Lord Krishna when he was leaving for Dwarka? A. Srila Vyasadev, B. Sri Sukadev Goswami, C. Suta Goswami. So you can just answer that in your own time, and we will continue with our shloka for the day. For today is from Canto 1, Chapter 8, and Text 31. We'll start with our invocation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tatho Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gopya Dade Tvai Kritag Sidam Tavad Yate dashashu kalilanjana sambhramaksham Vaktram nineya bhaya bhavanaya stithasya Samam vimo bhayati bhir api yad bhibheti. Gopi, the cowherd lady, Yashoda, Adade, took up, Tvai, on your, Kritagasi, creating disturbances by breaking the butter pot, Dama, rope, Tavat, at that time, Ya, that which, Te, your, Dasa, situation, Ashru Kalila, overflooded with tears, Anjana, ointment, Sambrama, perturbed, Aksham, eyes, Vaktram, face, Niniya, downwards, Bhaya, bhavana, by thoughts of fear, Stithasya, of the situation, Sa, that, Mam, me, Vimo bhayati, bewilders, Bhi api, even fear personified, Yat, whom, Bibheti, is afraid. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Krishna, Yashoda took up a rope to bind you when you committed an offense, and your perturbed eyes overflooded with tears, which washed the mascara from your eyes. And you were afraid, though fear personified is afraid of you. This sight is bewildering to me. So this is Kunti saying this to Krishna. So this is Kunti saying this to Krishna, that in her prayers, that when you were bound by Mother Yashoda, you were crying. He was dropping his eyes again and again. Rudhantam muhur netra yukvam rijantam karam bhoja yukmena satanka netram. So, in the Damodar Ashtakam, it is very nicely described that seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, Krishna is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. And the mascara is smearing all over his eyes. And he is actually looking so afraid of Mother Yashoda. Right? But in here, Kunti is saying that even though you were looking afraid, actually fear personified is afraid of you. So this sight is bewildering to me. Now Krishna, even though he may seem a little boy, he is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he can do anything, wherever and whenever he wants. Whenever he wants to save anybody, nobody can kill him. And when he wants to kill anybody, nobody can save them. So this is the potency and power of Sri Krishna. And fear himself is going to each person and wrapping their lives in fear of Krishna catching them. So this is so bewildering. And here in this verse, Krishna is afraid of Mother Yashoda when she is tying him to the wooden grinding mortar. Now, this verse is about the relationships between Krishna and his devotees. And this is also one of the many pastimes that Krishna displayed when he came down to earth in one of his incarnations. And whenever he comes down to earth and displays one of his pastimes, then we always have something to learn from the story and apply in our own lives. So, in the purport, it very nicely says that the Lord's pure devotee renders service unto the Lord out of unalloyed love only. And while discharging such devotional service, the pure devotee forgets the position of the Supreme Lord. So, some people may think that how is Mother Yashoda able to tie Krishna because he can't be bound. And this itself is explained in the Damodar Leela, that Krishna is always merciful to his devotees when the devotees show their unalloyed love for him. So Yashoda saw Krishna as her very own son, not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Krishna likes service out of love more than service out of reverence. So here the relationship between them is a mother and a son, whereas our relationship is like the king and the servant. We are here to serve Lord Krishna. Now here are a few examples of some of the relationships between Krishna and his many devotees. So devotee does not just mean servant. Everybody who is in Golok Vrindavan is a devotee of Lord Krishna. His friends are devotees of him, but the relationship is friends. They play with him, they do mischief with him, they have lunch with him. That is their relationship, but they are still devotees. Then there are the gopis. They have such beautiful conjugal moments, right? Which of course we don't have any right to look in any other way, and that is also a different kind of relationship. Then his parents have a different kind of relationship. It's parents and a son. Then there is his guru. That is also a different kind of relationship. There are so many different kinds of relationships between Krishna and his devotee, and they can be in many ways, and it is nicely described. I read in the Krishna book that some people think of Krishna as their brother, some people think of Krishna as their husband, some people think of Krishna as their friend, some people think of Krishna as their father, some people think of Krishna as God. So many devotees think of Krishna in a different relationship, and I would like to share this story with you of Vamsi Das Babaji Maharaj. So Vamsi Das Babaji was a Gauriya Vaishnav sadhu who lived at Swarup Gunj Navadvip during the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was respected by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, and he used to see to it that Vamsi Das Babaji was provided with grains and so on by the Gaudiya Math Brahmacharis. So Vamsi Das Babaji took immense care of his deities, and he didn't have any track of time of the day. And all day and all night long he used to sing the glories of his deities. He used to very nicely and lovingly prepare the bhoga for them, cutting the vegetables personally and offering them in bowls. So early in the morning he went out from his kutir to collect flowers. Then he went for bhiksha. He returned to his kutir about noon and made garlands from the flowers for each of the 6 deities, it is said here. Now, one day, a lady selling fish approached Vamsi Das Babaji, offering him some choice type of catch. Somehow or other, the Babaji's mind became attracted to tasting the fish, but he immediately rebuked himself and became very angry. He first of all shouted at the woman to go away. Then he shouted at, do you know who? He shouted at his deities. How could this happen? How could this happen? I've surrendered my life to Radha and Krishna. I am under their protection, and still this happens. Why are you not protecting me? He went storming into his bhajan kutir. People gathered while he fussed and and fumed at his deities inside. Then he came out, bringing the deities tied by rope, and threw them into the Ganga. He kept the end of the rope under his foot. When one man inquired why he was doing this, the Baba threw a stone at him. Sumit Prabhu, Shastra, Sakhyam, Dasyam, Madhurya, Vatsalya, different forms of relationships one can have with Krishna. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, I had actually completely forgotten about that. So yes, these are the different relationships. Thank you so much for sharing that. Absolutely. Yes. So, continuing with the story. When this news reached the Gaudiya Math, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur called his brahmacharis together and forbade them from visiting the Baba again, except for one who would just deliver supplies. After a few days, he again called them together and said, "Some of you think I have stopped you from visiting Babaji Maharaj because he is in Maya. That is not so. I have prevented you because you will not be able to understand this bhav and will only commit offenses. So you better stay away." Later, when one brahmachari visited, Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj threw a stone at him and told, "If you want to please me, then never return here again." Babaji Maharaj never locked the door of his kutir when he went out for bhiksha or to bathe in the Ganga. When asked why he did not lock the kutir, he said, "If the owner of this house himself does not keep a watch, then what is the use of locking the house? I do not even keep the keys of the lock with me. The lock has 3 keys. All the 3 are with the 3 boys. One is with Gaura, one with Nitai, and one with Gadadhar." So in this way, he told he had such strong faith in his deities. Once a gold necklace was stolen, and this necklace had been given to Gaura. On returning to the kutir after bhiksha, he kept on scolding Gaura and asking him whom he had given away the necklace to for about 2 hours. So for 2 hours, he continuously scolded Sri Gaura. Towards the evening, he got a hint. He then went to the house of the thief and asked him for the necklace. The thief pushed him down on the veranda of his house. He was hurt. Babaji was seriously hurt, but he did not say anything. But how could Gaura tolerate this? The thief soon died, as well as all the other members of the family. Now, there were 2 brass pots in which Baba used to cook his bhoga for Gaura Nitai. And these 2 brass pots were stolen. How could this happen without the permission of Gaura Nitai? So they were punished. Baba scolded them and did not give them anything to eat that day. The punishment had its effect. The next day, someone came quietly and delivered one of those pots. Baba said, "This small pot is Nitai's. He will be fed today. If Gaura wants to eat, he must also bring his pot." Baba always did what he said. He cooked and offered bhoga to Nitai. Now, Gaura drew a long face when he saw that Nitai had his share and he didn't have anything to eat. So in the meantime, another man came and delivered the other pot. Baba then cooked in that pot and offered bhoga to Gaura. When Gaura had also eaten, he said with tears in his eyes, "Do I ever want to punish you? But both of you are so naughty that you always harass me. Don't you know that I have now become old and cannot bear it at all? What can I do?" When visiting a temple, he was often seen muttering confidentially to the deities, disclosing some personal sentiment to them. One day, a person from Navadvip Dham came and approached Maharaj. "What do you want?" Babaji Maharaj asked him. I want to see Bhagwan, the man said. Babaji replied with only one word. Then weep for him. So this was the level of love of Vamsi Das Babaji for Krishna. He was on such a high level that he scolded his deities. He punished his deities. But of course, we can never come to that stage. We can't even think about it. These are all devotees who are much more exalted and superior to us. And in the purport, it also says that Yashoda's position was more exalted than Kunti's. Indirectly, Mother Yashoda is praised for her unique position of love, for she could control even the all-powerful Lord as her beloved child. So, Yashoda's position is higher than Kunti's. Why? Because Mother Yashoda saw Krishna as her own son, her child, and treated him that way. She never thought of him as God, never served him in that way. Whereas Kunti, she saw Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and always respected him and offered praise in deep reverence. So we can't ever become like Mother Yashoda or Vamsidas Babaji. But to reach that level of spontaneous love for Sri Krishna, we must follow the regulative principles in the GPS. No, not the Google positioning system, but the Guru Parampara system, which has been given to us by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai! So he has given us the formula and the way to reach that stage. And slowly we must progress. And we should do what we all have to do. Chant, read, hear, glorify. We have to do all these things on a daily basis, every time. So we must remember that there are many relationships between Krishna and his devotees, many rasas, as Srimad Prabhu very kindly contributed here. So there are different rasas, but we have only just come into Krishna consciousness, and so we are slowly trying to progress, and we are inspired by these exalted Vaishnavas who showed such deep love for Krishna. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming here, tuning in, participating in the quiz. I hope you learned something from today, and I will again be giving a class next Thursday at the same time, and there is going to be one more class on Saturday, same time, 7 p.m, as well as Sunday, 7 p.m. So grab this opportunity to hear about Krishna and come whenever you can. Come whenever you can. Alright? Thank you so much. My sister here is requesting to say the winners so she can cheer you on and congratulate you. I haven't counted the points yet, but from just look, it looks like the winner is Vishnupati Mataji and Sumit Prabhu. Haribol!
Good job!
Yes, cheer them on. So next time you have to come. Whenever Kishori Radhika cheers you, you have to come next time. No excuses. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming today.
And
Hare Krishna! Haribol!
Haribol! Yak!